Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 6, and this will be my review for The Flash Season 6, Episode 5, otherwise entitled Kiss Kiss Breach Breach, which isn't a very good name in my opinion, but yeah, anyways, it's just an episode title. Now, before I do that, though, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe button so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. Now, obviously, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the episode, then stop watching this video because I will be covering some major spoilers that you wouldn't want to hear from me. So, click off this video, watch the episode, and come back. But for those who have seen this episode or those who don't care about spoilers, then here is my review. Now, some screenshots I'm using in this video are in black and white, and that's not because the episode is taking place black and white. It's just the trailer that's in black and white. I have no idea why, but it's like that. Now, one thing I will say as well, there's no Flash episode next week, so yeah, sad, and no Arrow as well, sadly, and I think it's due to Thanksgiving. So yeah, Arrowverse shows are on break, so don't stay up and try to watch the episode because there won't be an episode coming, but it will air the week after. So anyways, this episode kicks off 12 hours in the future, and Cisco gets arrested, and when this happens I was just like, huh? What is going on here? Yeah, we then end up in present day after, and then now from last episode we get 2-week time jump as well, which leads to Barry and Iris going into holiday, and Cisco takes control of Star Labs. So the thing that sucked about this episode was that Barry wasn't in this episode, but this episode was very heavily Cisco based, which was also a very cool thing. But we did have a Barry AI system, which was quite funny. Now, we do also have Barry mentioning blood work has been off the grid for those weeks, so yeah. But we do see Ramsey in this episode as well, which I will get to on later in this video. Now, we do have Cisco quite peculiar in this episode. Cisco thinks that he is sleepwalking, although he isn't. Then Cisco grabs a pair of scissors, and it looks like he was about to cut his hair. And he wakes up essentially and pulls the scissors away from his hair. He's like, what is going on? Am I sleepwalking? And Camilla says you're sleepwalking, things like that. We then have Breacher arrive in this episode, and he's in Cisco's bedroom. I know, right? A very appropriate place to appear in. But yeah, he appears in Cisco's bedroom and he looks all upset and stuff. And Cisco's like, what happened? And then Breacher's like, Gypsy is dead. Now, I didn't see that coming, so I was really shocked when I heard that. Now, Breacher needs Cisco to obviously help track down his daughter's killer, and the guy had a code name. I can't really remember what it was. I'm gonna say it was Echo, but that's probably wrong. But yeah, in this episode, Camilla also teams up with Cisco on this quest. Now, was I a fan of this? Not so much, but I was very intrigued to find out who the killer was. And we also had this Earth 19 FBI agents as well, which was quite interesting. But then we do find out that Gypsy got full on Thanos basically. There was no body, she was literally vaporized by some techie gun. Now, we do have Cisco and Breacher share a vibe in a place in Star Labs. I can't remember what it was. It's some white machine thingy. But yeah, they share their vibes, and then we find out that the murder gun that was used to kill Gypsy is located in Star Labs. And when we get a closer look at the trailer, when the guy removes his hood off, we find out it was Cisco, and I'm just like, what? And Breacher obviously freaks out and tries to kill Cisco. I was just like, is this because of Cisco sleepwalking or something? Because Cisco would obviously never do that due to her being his ex. But I was very shocked, and this does tie into the opening scene of this episode. Now, we do also have two side stories in this episode as well. One being with Nash Wells and Joe, where like Nash was doing the thing that we left off last episode, and Joe follows him. And he's like, every Wells I meet is up to something, and they hang out there, and then they end up getting stuck in the underground. So this does lead to some like talks between Nash Wells and Joe, and then Joe's like, they're not gonna die, they have hope, things like that. And Joe mentions that his son Barry is going to die, and that is due to the monitor. And when Joe mentioned the monitor, Nash Wells freaks out, and he's just like, Mar no vu, which is actually the monitor's real name. And this was very interesting, and this does show that Nash Wells does know who the monitor is. Like, he's never met him face to face, but he does know who the monitor is. So this does lead me like to adapt on my theory that this Wells is pariah. But then Ralph ends up saving the day from his detective skills, goes into that mysterious underground tunnel, and finds Joe and Nash Wells. Now, we also got Killer Frost looking for Ramsey as well, and she then finds where he is. But then we finally get Caitlin back, although it was for 5 minutes, like not less than 5 minutes, but probably like 2 minutes of the episode. We finally got Caitlin back, and this does lead to some like nice scene between Ramsey and Caitlin, and they do talk about their pasts. And Ramsey tries to convince Caitlin to join him, but she obviously rejects, and this does lead to Ramsey choking Caitlin, but he obviously doesn't kill her, and he lets go. Now, Cisco finds out his white noise machine has been messed with, and that's the thing that caused Cisco to sleepwalk. And we find out that the person who did it was Cisco's doppelganger, which was really cool, and I didn't see that coming as well. Now, we did get a 1v1 between the two Ciscos, and it was a good scene, and Cisco reverse engineers the gun to trick Echo, which was pretty smart, and it was a good scene. Now, Chester P. Runk is 87% recovered as well, and he will appear in next episode, I believe so, and I just can't wait to see him. Now, we do then have Barry and Iris return, and this then ends up with the ending of Nash Wells telling Team Flash that he knows how to save Barry, which was the ending, and I am very interested to see what is it that would save Barry. Now, overall, this was a pretty good episode. I really enjoyed it. However, there were some like ups and downs in this episode, like Camilla. I'm not really a big fan of her, so I will give this episode an 8.5 out of 10, with my highlight character obviously being Cisco. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this, guys. So if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you on my Arrow Season 8 Episode 4 review, which will come out later today.